So Carson Lambos is a defenseman with the Winnipeg Ice. He's a Winnipegger, and he joins us today. First-round pick of the Minnesota Wild, 26th overall in the entry draft last month. And there he is today. Hey, Carson, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good. 100%. I'm excited to chat hockey with you. Let me ask you this. How's the summer been going? The draft aside, how's the summer been going for you out there in Winnipeg?
Yeah, the summer's been going pretty good. We've been blessed with nice weather here in Winnipeg, and been on the golf course quite a bit, but the main focus for me right now is just kind of skating and working out and trying to get my body ready and my game ready for this upcoming season.
All right, good. Well, listen, I got to ask you, I do have a lot of questions for you. Most notably, you did go in the first round of the Minnesota Wild. Now, I called Pat's hockey games in the bubble in Regina in the Hub Center. You only got into 2 games in the 2020-21 season. Were you worried that would affect your draft stock? What did the Wild tell you when they drafted you in the first round? Because clearly not playing did not affect your draft status, unless you think that it did.
Yeah, I mean, it might have, but at the end of the day, I think I'm still confident with the player I am. I know that I'm going to come back from this injury and missing those games stronger than I was before. So, I'm not too concerned about, what people think could have happened if I would have played. But, it was definitely tough, but I'm looking forward to bouncing back.
What was your experience in the bubble?
Yeah, it was pretty short-lived, just in there for a couple weeks, but I enjoyed it while I was there, being around teammates. We have a really close group with the Ice, so everybody gets along really well, and I think, we grew really close as a team because of it, and, being able to kind of just play hockey in such a weird time where a lot of people weren't able to, so grateful for that chance as well.
I'm trying to remember who I was with. Some Greeks within the last couple of weeks, they were talking about your family and your brother playing for the Ice, and they said, very successful family, but you wouldn't know. Good kids. Talk about growing up in Winnipeg and the work ethic. That was the thing that they talked about, was the Lambos work ethic that you and your brother both have. Can you talk about being raised that way and how that's helped you in the game of hockey?
Yeah, sure. I think just my parents have instilled in both me and my brother, just if you're going to do something, you should work hard and try to be the best at it. So, that's hockey in school or whatever the case may be. And I've never really put too much thought into it. I just don't see any other way than trying to put my best into what I'm doing. So, I'm very fortunate to have the opportunities that I get, and I just want to make the most out of them. And I don't want to have to look back one day and, think I didn't work hard enough. So I just try to give my best effort, and having my older brother, he's a great example for me. And I think I've learned a lot from him, and we push each other to work hard. So it's nice to grow up in a household where hard work is important.
Well, Carson, I know that you didn't expect to get these questions whatsoever, but just so you know, people are talking about your family and in a really good way. What is the family business, by the way, in Winnipeg?
Yeah, my grandpa started a burger place called the Dairy Whip. It's no longer his; it's my uncle's now. But most people from Winnipeg will know it's like a pretty famous burger shop, and it's kind of a staple in Winnipeg. So I enjoy going there maybe once every couple of weeks, and a good chili burger can never go wrong with that. So that's the Lambos family business, and that's kind of the famous Lambos name is with the Dairy Whip.
Okay, well, we're coming to Winnipeg to do our show Friday. Darren, write it down, okay? The Lambos restaurant. We'll stop by there. So, are you healed fully, by the way? Are you ready for this fall with the Minnesota Wild and camp and so forth?
Yeah, as of September, or as of, when camp starts, I'll be ready to go full tilt. So I've been fully cleared for a long time, probably 3 or 4 or 5 months now, and I've been able to train, strenuously and as hard as I can this whole summer. So I'll be ready to go once camp comes.
Outstanding. And what are your expectations of going in there? I don't assume you're nervous, but you never know. Everybody's different. It'll be your first NHL camp. What are you hoping to accomplish, and what do you expect?
Yeah, I just obviously want to leave a good impression, and get my feet wet, I guess, at that next pro level. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely a little, I think, more excited than everything. Kind of something you dream about being able to do is do anything that has to do with the NHL. So that'll be coming up soon, and I'm going to try and just play my hardest and trust my game and see where that takes me.
Hey, I'm not sure if you know about this show, Carson, but we've got a lot of Winnipeg viewers, and your comments have triggered an avalanche of viewers here. Jeff Kibilla says, Dairy Whip. Yes. John Ohm says, Dairy Whip, just down the street from me. From Jason Wall, love me some Dairy Whip, located in Winnipeg's French Quarter, St. Boniface. So, yeah, clearly they know. They absolutely know that restaurant. Now, John had a question for you. Hey, Carson, what players influenced you, and who'd you admire the most growing up?
Yeah, I think a player I like to model my game after is kind of Jake Muzzin, but that's more in the recent years. I think growing up a Jets fan in Winnipeg, I was just kind of admired Dustin Buffett a little bit. I think he was just so much fun to watch and kind of a fan favorite in Winnipeg. He's such a unique player, and no one really plays like him, and I always really loved watching him and just seeing what he could do out there.
Jennifer from the Four Seasons writes in. She says, who is your favorite NHL player, past or present? Mike Modano. Oh, you meant Carson. Carson, who's your favorite NHL player, past or present?
I think I'll go with Cale Makar. He's just some of the things he can do on his edges and how good of a skater he is and the awareness he has. It's lots of fun to watch as a defenseman, and you just kind of watch and admire and hope that I can maybe do some of the stuff that he can do. It's he's always fun to watch.
Isn't he something? Well, by the way, since we're talking defensemen, how did you feel about the Neil Pionk deal today with the Jets? 4 years, annual average value of $5.8 million. What do you think about what Pionk's done since coming over a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think he's been a big piece for the Jets since he came to Winnipeg. I think he stepped into a big role, and he's done a great job of it. He's a great skating defenseman, and he moves really well. Maybe a little bit undersized, but I don't think he lets that define his game. And I think it's just a great example of how I think NHL defensemen are getting a little bit smaller, and it doesn't really seem to affect his game. And he's a fun player to watch.
Last one I have for you, Carson, is about the Winnipeg Ice. And by the way, I really love the Winnipeg Ice. Your equipment staff left a gift package for me in the press box one game of workout gear, a hat, such nice stuff. But you beat up on the Pats all the time. That part I didn't like. But, man, it's an exciting team to watch. Let's just go back for a second. The last game for Peyton Krebs, had you gone back to Winnipeg by then? Were you in the building when he got hit in the head and refused to leave and sat on the bench for the third period because he didn't want his career to end that way? I mean, were you watching, or had you gone back to Winnipeg by then?
No, I was in Winnipeg, but I watched all the team's games on the stream, so it didn't surprise me. He's a really hardworking guy, and he was a great leader for our team. So I know he definitely wouldn't want to leave.
Well, he's not coming back, obviously. Can you talk about the future for the Winnipeg Ice without Peyton Krebs? I know it's very bright, but that guy was something else.
Yeah, Peyton was definitely a big part of our team. I think anybody that watches could see that, but I think we still have a lot of great players that are going to be stepping up this year with Peyton gone. I think we're going to be a great team this year. I'm looking forward. It's exciting to play for a team where you really feel like you have a chance at winning. So I think we have such a great group of guys, which is just the most important thing, and a hardworking group that's pretty focused. So I think it's going to be exciting to see what we can do this year.
All right. Good answer. Hey, how excited was the Lambos family when the Ice moved from Kootenay, Cranbrook to Winnipeg? I can't imagine how excited they were.
Yeah, I think it's everybody's pretty stoked when that happened. Getting to play in front of my family and get the junior experience without having to leave home yet. So it's been great. I enjoy seeing family throughout the season, and it's been awesome.
All right. Well, enjoy watching you play for sure, Carson. Good luck in camp with the Wild. We're following, obviously, very closely. And enjoy what's left of summer. I appreciate the time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Carson Lambos of the Winnipeg Ice joining us from the Slurpee capital. It's triggered an avalanche of comments from our viewers. Hitman fans writing in. Oil Kings fans writing in. Talking hockey in the summer, hard to beat.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.